47 of Hacking the Infinity Matrix.
Yes.
There's a line in the sand. Who put it there? There are a variety of directions we could have gone with this title, and all of them are sure to stir up some deeper conversations. But we only have so much time. So join us today, and let's see if we can recognize that invisible line in the sand and really question, who put it there? How long has it been there? What's its purpose? And how does it affect your experience of the reality in your infinity matrix? Let me bring Ross in here. And there he is.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. A quick important announcement today is that next Thursday, September 2nd, we are moving to a new time, which is 30 minutes later. We'll be streaming on the hour at 10 a.m. PST. That's 10 a.m. PST. So go ahead, please adjust your notifications, however you remind yourself to jump on with us. We're going to be 30 minutes later, starting September 2nd. Right?
Yeah, and Gary, I just want to throw in on that too. So for those of you that are on the private group page, there's actually a survey at the top where we listed out some different times that seem to work better for you. And jump on there, just give us like 5 seconds of your time. Go on there and just, choose what time you think is going to work best so that we can better accommodate, a majority of everybody. I mean, we know that the group on replay and such like that, but we really thrive off of the interaction of having people on this as a live, so we can answer questions and such. So
100%.
Thanks.
Yeah, and if for some bizarre reason you're not a part of the group, or you haven't joined the group yet, down below you'll see it scrolling on the bottom. Just go over there. There's 3 quick questions you got to answer. You can become part of our VIP, which again we've got some cool stuff to announce about and let you know about. We'll talk a little bit about that later today as well. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started with checking out where everybody's tuning in from. Go ahead and let us know in the comments where in the world you're listening from today. We ask weekly. We ask it every week, and we ask for a couple of reasons. First reason is we really want to know where you're from. Right? We want to know where we're touching around the world, who the people are, and where they're tuning in from. And second is it engages you. It gets you engaged, and when you're engaged in any kind of conversation or experience, you'll actually absorb and retain the information for longer and longer periods of time. And number 3, we are passionate about connecting with the doers of the world. We've talked about it over and over. What we want to do is we want to connect with people like you who have somehow drawn the line to say that you no longer will be a spectator in life, right? But instead, you're going to participate and master your art of designing your reality one day at a time.
Right? Gary, we talked about this extensively on the last Rabbit Hole.
Absolutely, yeah. There's some similarities to what we're talking about today. We can take it a slightly different spin on things, but it's definitely similar to being tolerant with certain things and what you're willing to have as a part of your life experience. So absolutely, 100%. Right? So go ahead and let us know in the chat the country and city that you're at. Let me just take a look, and I saw we had seen Demetrius there.
Demetrius from London, Kathy from Boulder, Kentucky, Austria,
nice. New Zealand, excellent. Austria, nice. Boulder, Colorado, London, of course. We got Demetrius, excellent. Well, that's great to see everyone chiming in. And so if you're if it's your first time, please just go ahead and drop in the comments #first-time so that the community and Ross and I can properly greet you and welcome you and thank you for being a part of our streams and joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you do the 3 acts of YouTube kindness. You know what they are. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Go ahead and do it before you forget and get so caught up in our topic today, because it's a really good one. All right. Yeah. So one more thing. more of a reminder, I guess, if you will, because we mention it just about every stream. But on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. PST, we have our Down the Rabbit Hole stream. It's Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. PST. Let me just throw the link up there. It's a live Zoom call. Where is it here? hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole, which is showing up on the screen there. There we go. And I'll drop it in the comments too, so that everybody can access the link. There we go. Excellent. All right. And yeah, so just it's a live Zoom call where we start off with a specific topic. And if we don't know where it's going to go. We have a specific topic that will kind of start the conversation off. But then we kind of see where it goes based on the interaction of the participants that show up. Right? We see where it goes. So everyone is invited to jump on the call with us. Just register that link, hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole, and you'll get the Zoom link sent to your inbox. Okay. It's also a great opportunity, because Ross and I get quite a bit of, private messages asking us questions about this, what we talked about this, and even sharing, hey, I'd like to talk about this topic, or, you guys going to cover this, all those kinds of things. We get in our messages all the time. This is a good opportunity for you to have direct access to us, right? Both of us. So if you have any questions, bring them up. If you have any topics, bring them up. So what you'd like to explore, and so that you set your, the tone for where it goes and what kind of things we talk about. All right, so go ahead and set your notifications and join us at 8 a.m. PST Saturday mornings on Zoom. Right. Just go ahead and register, and you can do it when listening to the stream.
I think the important thing too to say on this is that the rabbit hole. This is just fun. It's not a sales call. There's nothing. We're not selling anything. We're not. This is content. This is just we're here for you.
Which, if it's your first time, if you don't know, that's what we do, right? We give hard-nosed, in-your-face, real, down-to-earth content every single week, right? So joining us on the conversation is about building community, if anything. I mean, that's really we want to build a community of like-minded people to have stimulating and worthy conversations to be involved in. Exactly. Right. So where is that invisible line, Ross?
Well, there's many lines in that sand that we need that should be addressed, but obviously we just don't have that much time. But we find many people lately are willing to cross the integrity line or move it or just wipe it away, regardless of the consequences. And there are others who have different ways of determining that line. And then there was those who don't even know the lines exist. And those are the ones we're really talking about today. That did you know that there's actually a line? Did you know that the universe is infinite? That you are infinite? Do you feel your own infinite capacity? Do you ever have that ever-growing want or need to keep growing, keep learning, and expanding? Yes or no in the comments right away. Fast. No emojis, nothing like that, just a Y or an N. Just, do you have that feeling? Okay, and there's no right or wrong answer. You either do or you don't. Okay, because by definition, it will never be possible at any given moment for the universe to give you more than you can handle, which in turn means that you have that visceral sensation and that emotional anxiety. You probably have one or more self-limiting beliefs about what you really think that you can handle at this particular moment in time. This is not a forever thing, because if it were more than you could handle, you wouldn't keep expanding. So in a sense, it's kind of a fail-safe mechanism. If you really feel you can't handle it, you'll stop expanding. And then you won't have to handle it anymore. If you want to expand, if you believe you want to expand, then you will continue expanding and being capable of handling even more. You will always be capable of handling what it is that you're sent. But if you think or feel you can't, you'll contract and won't be given any more until your vibration resonates that you're ready for more. This isn't good and it isn't bad. It's just the way things work. And you always have the choice to keep moving forward. You were created and designed as a self-regulating mechanism. Remember that the universe does not do pointless or random things. Everything has a reason. So it makes sense that you are ready. But if you feel that you're expanding and can't handle anymore, everything will stop at that level. Your line in the sand. Possibly, just possibly, you'll be tested and more is still going to be sent your way.
Yeah. And the more solid you draw that line, the more you're going to be tested.
Exactly. And the only thing that makes you feel pressure is that you may have to handle more than you're ready for. And pressure is good. It builds. So, and if you're worried that the infinity matrix might turn it off or not turn it back on. And that's where a lot of us, we get confused. We're like, oh my God, if I don't take this now, it's not coming back. It's like, yeah, it will. Okay. But that anxiety you're feeling is right now telling it to turn off the spigot, turn off the hose. Okay. But you are infinitely connected and you are self-regulating. You can always continue. You can always continue when you're ready. It sounds like this. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm ready. Wait. All right. No, stop. Wait. Okay. All right. Go. I'm ready. That's what you're sending out. Okay. This is we kind of talked in a different way about this. I think it was episode 36, the 5G network. It's like we're just sending this. Wait. Now, don't get me wrong. One moment of, oh my gosh, isn't going to destroy anything. Okay. It's not going to stop anything because that's just a feeling. This is when you have that, 24/7 feeling of, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's when it's an underlying code of your matrix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our intention, Gary and myself, is to bring this process to the forefront and allow you to understand that your conscious frustration is based on your unconscious limitations, your line in the sand. And I know we've always spoken about infinite possibilities that can be provided for you, but in order to receive all of these possibilities, you have to have the capacity to receive them. In past live streams, we've spoken about the sentinels that exist in your life who hold you back, push you down, and try to limit your capabilities. And we go deep and way down, deep with this, in the art of designing your reality. But there's another limitation that only you can contend with. The limitation, the line in the sand that you think you cannot cross. That someone instilled deep inside you. And in most cases, it's done subtly and over an extended period of time, okay? But not always. So sometimes you absorb this programming inadvertently by overhearing conversations, mostly as a child, overhearing arguments, the media, etc. We can go, the list is, it's a big list. Okay. It can be seen as kind of a drip kind of a process.
It's Chinese water torture.
It is. When you start to see it, it is. It's torture to watch. You're just like, no, So, but those limitations that were dripped to you were someone else's limitations, and they're expressed and subconsciously transferred and absorbed by you. Mm-hmm. I can't get past this level. Drip, drip, drip. Now I can't get past this level. It's kind of simple. That's kind of how it works. So continue to do in whatever way excites you the most. And what things are that represent your purpose in this life. Maintain a level head and instill within yourself a high level of integrity. Because that line in the sand can stand for many things. It can stand for the things that excite you the most, and at the same time, how far you're willing to go to get there. Integrity is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. Mm-hmm. In other words, because it's the right thing to do, that's where integrity goes.
Yeah.
But if you're doing what excites you the most, that's a no-brainer. Because in 99.9999999% of the cases, you're doing what the right thing is. Okay, and you'll find a way to allow the universe to know that you take this very seriously. And all that really means is that you respect this with absolute and unconditional love and integrity.
Yeah, I mean, if we can agree that the line represents the boundaries of your own personal integrity, then let's establish the definition as a person's established agreements with themselves,
right,
about what their morals or values are, and those represent the words and actions that resonate most in alignment with their core truth. Okay, so if we use that as a working framework, that's some heavy stuff right there. Okay, at least it would seem so, right? Well, yeah, it kind of is. And when you draw that line, you're holding yourself to a set of standards that you are on the line for staying true to them, right? The thing to understand here is that you and no one else should set those for yourself, right? But as Ross mentioned, what we've seen over the years, and definitely what we're seeing more and more of, is that where people seem to be okay with allowing others to set those boundaries for them. Okay?
Exactly.
Now, we're not here to get all preachy on you. Okay, that's not what we're about. We really just want to remind people that they have choice. And the more you can claim ownership of those choices, regardless of others' perceptions of them, the more you will be empowered and in control of the reality you create and experience. So ultimately, what we're about, as we've said in some way in 47 episodes now, okay, we've said what we're about is to access that what we call choice convergence point and live your true authentic self every day. That's the best way we can all serve humanity. Okay, it's almost a plea. I mean, I really feel that there's a part of me that really wants to get deeper into that piece of it, and maybe on the weekend, on Saturday, we will, but it's almost of a plea to, hey, step up, right? We need more people of integrity out there. We want more people of integrity out there. So don't look for it, be it. So what does it mean to have personal integrity, and why is that important when it comes to hacking the infinity matrix? Well, going back to the definition I started with, Having personal integrity is your way of establishing your own moral code. And therefore, it becomes an influential code that impacts your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, and your actions on a day-to-day basis. Right? And when you're in alignment with the words you say, the actions you take, and the values you uphold, and as we've said in previous episodes, being in alignment with those allows you to accelerate your ability to shift and alter your reality. It allows you to create the biggest positive impact that ripples out into your family, into your community, into your city, into your province or state, and even out to your country and across the globe. Because when you think of individuals who have made global level impacts throughout history, it's because they had a set of values that were, or are, if they're still living, clear through the words they spoke and the actions they took. Actually, before I go any further, go ahead and tell me in the comments, who are some of the people throughout history that you believe have made a positive shift in the human experience in the Matrix? Go ahead and let's see who you think some of those positive impacts are. And we'll wait to see. I know it takes a little bit of a delay here, but people who, you know, they've spent some level of time, or they're still alive. There still could be some that are alive that are currently living that personal integrity in such a way that it's contagious for risk of putting that word out there.
Yeah, exactly. So Gary, we've got Nikola Tesla, Einstein, Muhammad Ali, Joe Dispenza, cool,
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela. Some great ones. These are
Nice.
really
Tesla,
good. Mm-hmm.
Mandela, Muhammad Ali, which is nice. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and you know, so there's Parkinson.
Parkinson?
Who Parkinson, Jolene? It's not reference for us. I mean, there's Oprah, there's Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, who else? I mean, keep them coming as we go here, just because they'll set an example and a precedent here that, you know, if you were to pick any one of those.
We got you guys for future reference. Oh, thanks, Wesley.
Blessings. Thank you.
And we're right up there with Mother Teresa.
Nice.
Greta Thunberg. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? So if we were to pick any one of those, right, I'm sure it wouldn't take long for you to make a list of the values that they adhere to in their lives. The values, the values were specific to each person, right? Each individual. So it wasn't a one-size-fits-all outfit. Right? It wasn't that everybody got out of bed every day and said, "Yeah, let's put on this outfit for these type of." They had their own flavor, right? But whatever it was, they held strong and true to theirs. They weren't trying to emulate someone else's, right? They weren't trying to be like that. They were trying to be themselves. And along with absolute alignment and clear values, these people were honest with themselves and with those around them, right? They were transparent and had nothing to hide because of that honesty. So because of that honesty, it was easy, right, to be to have honesty as a priority in their life, right? And these people were also, every one of them, right? They were deeply passionate about helping their fellow humans to better themselves or the planet we live on, right? Mm-hmm. They spread, you know, what we call the good code, right? to the people of the Matrix, right? They had big hearts. They performed good deeds with lots of generosity. And generosity shows up in a variety of this. It doesn't have to be just open up your wallet book. There's all kinds of ways generosity showed up. Right, Mother Teresa. I mean, there's the list goes on. We could it's an endless list of examples of humans that have led the way, right? And doing and saying things because they were, as Ross said, they were the right things to do or say, not necessarily because they were the popular things.
Exactly.
Right? Or things that would lead them to some personal gain. They didn't play that game. Right? And, whether intentional or not, their moral compass was so tuned in that they led by example. Right? They didn't just give lip service. Say one thing, do another. We see that so much out there now.
We do.
We've got to combat that by us being the example, stepping into our power, right? Because if you look at all those global impactors, they lived their authentic self every day. It wasn't an act. It wasn't a uniform they put on. They did it every day by doing they showed others that it was and it is possible. Right? Trailblazers. And finally, they weren't afraid. They were not afraid to take responsibility for their reality. Right? Which also meant taking responsibility for their mistakes. Right? They didn't claim to be perfect. Right? They just had this value system and this moral code that they were adamant about sticking to. Right? And they could put aside ego. And putting aside ego allowed them to learn from those mistakes by accepting responsibility for their role in slipping up on whatever aspect of their values or their code that they had, right? Sensing when they were out of alignment and quickly making adjustment to correct course, right? So ultimately, they drew their own lines in the sand. They reinforced it and they protected it at all costs so that they could live in their true authentic self every day. Right? And it's important to note that every one of you here has that capacity within you. Right? We truly believe that. Right? If we didn't, we wouldn't be coming to you every week with the quality of content we're giving you, with the passion that we bring it across. Right? You have greatness and even more than that within you. Right? You have that level of greatness of the Mother Teresa's. You have that level of greatness of the Martin Luther Kings. You have that greatness of every one of those people. You know, remember, we've said it time and time again. You are greater than you think you are.
Gary, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Who right now, at this very, 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 very moment, just thought, I can't do that? Not me. Oh, that's beyond me.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to answer, because that question was for your true self to answer. But when that pops up, and it does, no one on here can tell me that it's never popped up in their minds, I can't do that. You need to stop, make a note of it. And if you have the time, just go, where did that originate from?
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, and here's a side project, if you will. Go through the stream today, right? And look at all the names, make that list, and I challenge you to go for ones you don't know about. I challenge you to go and find out about them. Find out what it is, why that, why that other member here would have put that person's name down, what kind of, see if there's any biographies or videos on those, and check them out, right? Because it starts to then create this, this framework within your reality of that it being possible in all kinds of ways, and that you don't have to be the exception to the rule to say that I can't do that, right? And it's because again, you're greater than you think you are, no matter how great you think you are, right? So to remember that, and to lock that in. So now it's time to think in a greater way. And that's what we're helping you to do, to think in a more expansive way, to think in a more resourceful way, so that you can tap into that greatness that is already within you, right? So here's a micro hack to help you to draw your line, to get clear on your personal integrity, align with it, and allow it to radiate from your core. All right? All right, so here we go. Step one. And Ross, you can kind of put them in the steps themselves into the comments as I go. Step one, create your list of values. Okay, your own personal list. Go ahead and create your own personal list of values. Write them down, in a journal, on a piece of paper. Write them down. What are the values, the list of values that you want to live your life by? Right. And again, whatever the mixture is, it's totally up to you. But write down at least 5, a minimum of 5. Let's start in the comments. Go ahead and drop your number one value that you believe that you want to live your life by in the comment section, so we can kind of see some of what we have as far as an audience out here. Okay. So let's see. Some of the values, scrolling. Okay, waiting for you guys to comment and interact here. Okay, let me start some of you. Okay, there we go. They're coming. Integrity, good. Kindness, awesome. Right? Yeah, if we had more people living with integrity or kindness, this would be a different planet we're living on. It would be a different experience. More of it. Not that there isn't out there, but just more of it. Right? More solid, with kindness, with authenticity, with gratitude, with honesty, right? With reliability.
Empathy. Treat your neighbor as yourself.
Absolutely.
Good. Nice, Jim. Great, Jolene.
Right? Those are great.
Confidence and trust, compassion, respect.
Say again?
I see. We got confidence, compassion, respect, integrity, loyalty.
Excellent. So what I want you to do is I want you to make your own list of what your personal values are, minimum of 5 of them, right? And then organize them from what you believe to your top number 1 to your number 5. So your top 5 in order of priority that you want to live your life by, right? Step number 2 is to be honest with yourself, right? So step number 1, create your value list. Step number 2, be honest with yourself, which means make the commitment and the agreement with yourself that you'll be honest. You'll be honest with yourself. You'll be honest with those around you. You'll be honest in the alignment of the things that you do. Make that commitment to be honest. More honesty is needed, right? It's a gift you can give yourself and you can give others that doesn't cost you anything. Okay. Step number 3, get hooked on helping. Okay. Not hooked on phonics. That's another program. All right. And actually somewhat linked to, stuff in our Infinity Process certification program. But we'll talk about that another time. But so get hooked on helping, not hooked on phonics. All right. We should start a campaign, Hooked on Helping. A Kickstarter. Maybe that's what we should do, Ross. We should do Kickstarter on Hooked on Helping and see
Hooked on Helping. What can we do?
Yeah. Right. It's I mean, there's so many things you can do, right? You can pay things forward. You can you can start or increase your volunteering. Do service work in your community. If you have the financial means to donate and support certain things, go ahead and do that, right? And whatever ways that you get that bug or that high of helping, because it really is that you can really get hooked on, do more of it. That's step number 3. Whatever fits for you with it, whatever you're capable of doing in the location that you're at with the resources you have, right? So a little bit or a lot or some level of consistency, whatever it is, get out there and get hooked on helping. Okay, help your friends, help your family, help humankind, help the planet. Get hooked on helping. All right. Step number 4, be a transcendent leader. Okay, which means acting every day according to those values that you set in step number 1. Right? A buddy of mine, Satyen Raja, just published 2 books called The Transcendent CEO and The Transcendent Culture for the business realm, and it blends over into personal as well. But they're phenomenal books that kind of give people tools to take the principles of transformation and transcendence and living at a higher level into society. Right? Starting from the corporate realm and rippling it out. And right now in this human history, the human history that we're writing every day, we need more leaders who are totally aligned with and tuned into core values that serve the planet as a whole. Okay? Drop a heart emoji if you agree with that, right? That we're in a place where we need it. Right? We need leaders like yourselves who are totally aligned with and tuned into core values that serve the planet as a whole, not individually for self-gratification or other means. Right? And then step number 5 is to be responsible. Right? And it's an easy concept, but not necessarily an easy process or action to do, right? Accept that you are 100% responsible for everything that happens in your reality, right? Don't make any exceptions. Everything that happens in your reality, you are 100% responsible. Take ownership for your thoughts, your actions, your inactions, and the impact those have on what you experience moment by moment. And when you practice this mini hack, those 5 steps, you'll be the one drawing the line in the sand and living your true, authentic self. Right? Now, if you want to go into more details or ask questions about what we've covered today or in any of the previous live streams, come and join us on Zoom on Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. PST, for super stimulating and thought-provoking conversations. We look forward to it every week because it allows us just kind of just jam with whatever goes on, and we love to be in the space of having this and building this community of like-minded people and having those conversations. So come and pick our brains, even share some of your own insight and wisdoms. Everyone is welcome, and all topics are welcome. Okay, just register at Hacking the Infinite Matrix. Let me throw it up again. Let me toss it up there. hackingtheinfinitematrix.com/rabbit hole. Should be popping up on the screen there. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the comments too. So yeah. There we go.
Did you put it or
yeah.
You did? Because I don't see it. So I'm going to do it on my end so that it gets it.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, and you'll get once you register, you'll get the Zoom link sent to your inbox. Jump on, join us, and let's have some fun and see where that goes. Also, remember that starting next Thursday, Our new stream time will be 10 a.m. PST. If you missed that earlier, that's 30 minutes later than we've been doing this month. So we should note before we go today also that we have some super, super special and awesome streams lined up for next month as we creep towards our 1-year anniversary episode. I mean, 52 episodes, we're almost there. So next week, we've got some really, really great content for you. So make sure you keep your eye on upcoming posts and announcements, because I guarantee you won't want to miss any of the next 5 streams, because we have 5 Thursdays in September. So it's an extra bonus treat for you guys next month. So that's our stream for today, everyone. We're super grateful for you joining us and sticking around. Whether it's live or on the replay, you are deeply appreciated. We'll see you on Saturday for the rabbit hole, or next Thursday. We'll be well, everyone. And remember, we dare you to be exceptional. Implement these hacks and master the art of designing your reality.
Start the ripple.